Hey friends, or book lovers, I am back to do my second video for Bookmas. So the first video you guys saw was my bookish wish list, books that I hope are underneath my holiday tree. This video is going to be a little bit of trying to get rid of some books so that I can have some room in my house. Now, I really went through all my collections, and I have quite a big collection of books, and I just kind of pulled ones that I don't think I'm going to read, and I'm just going to unhaul them, and I'm just going to donate them to my local bookshop that takes donations. But I just wanted to share them with you. Some people find it interesting. Again, it will be a year since I've gone to a convention since ALA. ALA was the last convention I went to. We are unsure if we're going to have any cons in 2021, but I do know there's a lot of books I want to buy. So I've been really meticulously going through my collection, and I'm going to probably do that again in early January again, which you guys will see that in a video, but this is going to be sort of a long video, so let's get into it. The first book I'm unhauling is Winterwood by Shara Anjar. This was actually a really, really good book, but I had read it as a e-arc, and then my box came, and I was like, and it is a really, really pretty book, but I just don't think I'm going to reread it. I like this book. I didn't love it. I definitely liked Wicked Deep a little bit more. I hope Shara Anjar comes out with another book, but I'm definitely unhauling this for sure. And then another book I'm unhauling. Oh, I didn't mean to unhaul this. I put this in the bag, but I'm gonna actually keep Rebel because I do eventually want to get around to reading it. But I am another Owl Crate one is Crier's Moon by Nina Valera. This is another book that it doesn't really capture me. And I'm trying to just read books that capture my attention. So this one's not one that I have wanted to pick up, and I've had it for quite a while. Another book that is The Stars Now Unclaimed by Drew Williams. This was a science fiction book that I got for free at a convention, and I just have other, this is also adult, and I really struggle with adult reads sometimes, so I'm going to go give this to a new home. And then another one is The Bookish Women of Troublesome Creek by Kim Michelle Richards. I'm not the biggest fan of adult books, especially like women's fiction. I do like cozy mysteries, I like romance, but I'm just not that interested anymore. Again, I'm trying to do like a big clear out. Also, The Women's War by Jenna Glass. I have had so many copies of this over my con life because I always give out copies, and I just am not that interested in it. But hopefully someone else will be. I think I've had 2 copies of that book. Also, The Return by Rachel Harrison is just a mystery, and there are so many good mysteries coming out in future months. I just want to save space. I'm also unhauling my Arc of Incendiary because I did get a physical copy from Owl Crate, and that book is over there, which hopefully I'll get to read in 2021, but this was an arc that I got at New York City Comic Con last year. Also, I'm unhauling Red Hood by Alina K. Arnold. I have really not heard the best things about her writing style. I know some people really like her, but I just haven't heard the best things. I've heard really mixed things about Damsel, and I did not hear the greatest things about this book. So that is why I am unhauling it. I did get that from New York City Comic Con as well. And also, this is just some adult books that I grabbed at conventions. 88 Names, The God's Game were just books that I waited for, and I honestly just don't have any desire to read them. So, I'm also unhauling The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. This was one that I really heard some good things about. I want to read Station 11. It's actually over there. But again, I don't spend a lot of time reading adult. I'm trying to get better, but if I pick up adult, it tends to be fantasy. And then just another thriller is Empire of Lies by Raymond Corey. Again, I just don't read a whole lot of adults. You're gonna see that a lot in these bags. They're just adult books that I got at cons. Spindle Fire by Alexi Hillier. I have heard really mixed things about this author in recent months, so I'm just not gonna read her. I'm just not. And I have her sequel with the sequel of that somewhere. Also, The Iron Will of Jenny Liu by FCE. I don't actually have the first book. and I just got this one for free at a convention. So. And then another one is The Incredibly Dead Pets of Rex Dexter. This was a book I picked up at New York City Comic Con, and I was planning on giving it to my students, but due to all the COVID things, I don't know when they're going to even let me give them stuff, so I'm just so hesitant to, like, keep them and know that they may never get them. There are a lot of arcs that I'm giving up, but The Misadventures of Nogan Squill by Lisa Harker. I got this at a con. It looks super cute, but again, a lot of these books I was going to give to my students. I still have quite a lot, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm also getting rid of We Set the Dark on Fire by Teja K. Mejia. I'm also going to get rid of Beyond the Darkened Shore. This is a book box that I got so many months ago from Fairy Loot, and I just never got around to reading it. I also am going to get rid of Rebel Girls by Elizabeth Keenan. This is actually a DNF for me that I wound up DNFing this year, and I just didn't like the writing style, like, at all, so that is why I'm DNFing it. I also am going to give away Dear Evan Hansen, the novel. I still do want to see the play, but I didn't hear the best things about the novelization, so that's why I'm giving that one away. I'm also giving away The Beast of Frozen Sun by Jill Cresswell. I was actually able to get a copy of this on Audible, so I will wind up listening to it at some point, but I don't think I need a physical copy. And then Tiger at Midnight, which I have heard nothing about this book at all. I got it at con a couple of years ago, and it doesn't really capture my attention anymore. And then a couple of more, The Backstagers and The Ghostlight. I definitely might try to get the graphic novels of those because they did come out. And When Elephants Fly by Nancy Richardson Fisher. This one just has to do with a very, very dark story, and I'm just not in the mental space to read it right now. Maybe in the future, though. Just bag to date, and some of these might actually turn into giveaways, so if you see me put them in another pile, that's why. But Serafina by Rachel Hartman, I have heard so many mixed things about this series, and one of the reviewers I really trusted, she didn't really like it, and I know it's like a longer series, and there's a companion book, so I did decide to get rid of my copy. I also won this Daughter of the Blood by Anne Bishop, and again, there are so many current adult fantasy books that I want to read, and this is a longer series. Wonder Woman, I actually got this signed, but honestly, like, I don't think I'm ever going to reread it, and if I want a book by Leigh Bardugo so badly signed, I will just go get, like, another one of her books signed, but I did actually want to reading it this year. Okay, I'm actually gonna try to do a giveaway on Instagram for this, for Grey Bearer, because I actually have a couple of copies. What I like about me is just a contemporary, and I know that once summer comes around, there's gonna be a million contemporaries, and I just remember I read like a couple of pages of this one, and it didn't really strike my fancy. Dangerous Girls, by Abigail Hias. This is just It's like a mystery thriller, but I'm so fearful of it being like a plot twist that I don't like. So, and it's just like, it's like a murder mystery. And again, I have so many other books that like are more capturing than this one. So I think I'm gonna try to find this one a new home. This is My Brain in Love. This is just another like contemporary book that came out in the spring. And it didn't really capture my attention when I was looking through it. Kenny and the Book of Beasts. This is like a sequel. I don't have the first one, and it was just given to me unsolicited by Simon & Schuster, so I'm just going to find it a new home. And I'm actually giving away my Arc of Legendborn because I did get a physical copy from Owl Crate, and I would like someone else to read it because I don't need 2 copies. The Middler by Christy Appleman was just a creepy read that I never got around to reading for on Halloween, and I know there'll be more books next Halloween to read, so I'm just trying to clear out my shelves. Born at Midnight. My friend Justin's going to be so disappointed, but I started reading this, and I just could not get past like the first like 20 pages. It just did not click with me. Veronica Roth's Chosen One is another one that this is another book that I DNF'd, and I just like was so distracted by it. I feel like it was because I was reading it with my friend and we were only allowed to read like 100 pages. So I might actually go back and just try to get the audiobook and just try to finish it. But I don't think I need a physical copy of it. Yeah, this is another copy that I have of Raybearer, which I will definitely try to do a giveaway for on Instagram or Twitter. And then the one and only Ivan, I actually got the audiobook and I'm going to try to listen to at some point in the month of December. But I heard really, really good things about it. I just don't think I need a physical copy. To read, I mean. And these are just a couple of other ones. Every Reason We Shouldn't by Sarah Fujimori. Another Olympic-themed book, a contemporary that came out in March. And it just didn't make the contemporary reading list for the summer. And I know that I'm going to get a lot more this year just to read. And here are a couple like sequels that The Palace of Silver by Hannah West. I don't even know if this is book 1 or book 3, but I definitely haven't read the other books, and I don't think I'm going to get around to it. And this is like Fire on Water is a graphic novel I got like so long ago. And then here is just some graphic novels. The Derby's Daredevilers, Owl, The Way Home. I actually might save this and give this to one of my teachers that just had a baby. And Woman on the Edge is a thriller, but it's just like, you know, I'm just trying to clean house. The Part of Impossible, this deals with like rape, and I don't always love reading that. And The Girl That Speaks Bear is one that came from Scholastic. And I'm just trying to clean house, trying to pick the books that I have the most interest in. The Nobody People is just a science fiction thriller that seemed interesting at the time, but it's been a while and I've never picked it up. Penn State is another one that's like a graphic novel that, again, I just never was inspired to read, unfortunately. And then Glass Town, another graphic novel. And then Lumberjane's Unicorn Power. I actually already read this book, and I actually liked it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to give it to my students anytime soon, which was the plan. Constant Verity and Ellie Martinez. This is like a horror thriller novel. It just doesn't seem like my type of book, unfortunately. And then a couple of more is Interior Chinatown and The Second Sleep. I don't know what these books are about. I feel like they're probably adult, and I probably got all of these books that I can mention. This one's going to be incredibly disappointing to my friend Justin, but I've heard horrible things about The Betrothed by Kira Cass, like horrible things about it. So just don't think I'm going to get around to reading it. And Only the Good Indians, my library does have a copy of it if I want to get the audiobook, which I heard is a really, really good way to read it as well. And then The Fool by Christopher Moore. Again, I just don't know. Winterglass was a sequel to Splendor Fire, which I heard I've had some issues with Alexia Hillier's behavior on Instagram and Twitter, so I'm going to try to avoid her for the time being. And the last, I'm almost done. Beneath the Scarlet Sky is a book that one of my coworkers got me, and again, it just doesn't seem all that interesting. Sorry, Miss P. In 5 Years by Rebecca Searle. I know some people have had really mixed feelings about it. And again, I don't read a lot of contemporary, and the contemporary women's fiction I do read is just cute and adorable. And then Companion by Kate M. Flynn. This is a book that my friend Tiffany really wanted me to get at ALA, and I just never get around to reading it, unfortunately. And the last book in this bag is, I think, another copy of 88 Aims. So, that is my unhaul. If any of these books are your absolute favorite and you think that I should keep them, let me know in the comments. And I will try to get them in like another form. Maybe I'll get like the ebook or the audiobook, or try to get them from my library. But again, if these are your favorite books, I apologize, but I just need to make some space, guys. So, I hope you guys are staying safe and being well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for my next video.